This campaign is about Temple Emanu-El's future. It's about the future of the Jewish community in Dallas, and I really believe the future of the Jewish community writ large. Like all good things at Temple Emanu-El, this campaign started with listening. And what we were hearing is that people's lives are diffuse, that people's lives are fragmented, that one of the core spiritual needs that people feel is actually the need to connect with one another, to connect with roots of community, with roots of tradition, with a sense of sacred purpose in their lives. That can't be accomplished through architecture alone, but architecture can play a tremendous role in helping to make Temple Emanu-El that place that serves those spiritual needs for a new generation and for generations to come. We have a wondrous legacy here, and the task that is ours now, the noble task that is ours now, is to build on what we've inherited and create the platform for the Jewish future. It has been a fascinating process of discovery to come to the point where we are in this campaign. Hundreds of voices have participated in the shaping of this vision. Our goal for the campaign is $32 million. We are off to a strong and inspiring start with transformative gifts that have been given by a number of members of the congregation. We want to take the iconic worship space at Temple Emanu-El, Olin Sanctuary, Lefkowitz Chapel, and renew them. This building was built in 1957. We are showing disrespect to those iconic spaces by letting the quality of lighting languish, by letting the quality of sound languish. And I believe we will treat them respectfully when we invest in the future of those iconic spaces as much as we invest in the future of everything else. So what we look to create with Our Temple, Our Future is a new prayer space that is open, airy, filled with light, and it will be a space that adds to the beautiful legacy of the Olin Sanctuary and Lefkowitz Chapel. It will also serve the practical purpose of giving us an intermediate-sized space. So the sanctuary seats about 770, the chapel seats about 210, and this new prayer space will give us seating for between 400 and 500 people. The next area that is particularly exciting is the creation of welcoming spaces when people walk into the building. It is a regular occurrence for newcomers to Temple Emanu-El to tell me that they got lost within the building. And if we are about sending a message of hospitality and welcome, we are defeating that message within 12 feet of entry to the building. Through Our Temple, Our Future, we will renew this campus in a way that helps us meet the challenges of the 21st century. Right now, we have classrooms that are barely equipped for children, let alone equipped for children and parents to be learning together. So one of our first goals is to create learning spaces. We're not even using the word classrooms anymore. To create learning spaces where in all sorts of creative modalities, kids, parents, and grandparents can learn together. The expansion of learning spaces also includes the renewal of the spaces in which our outstanding preschool will take place. So our children and families in the Temple Emanu-El Early Childhood Education Center will have the opportunity to learn in spaces that are more inviting for them to do the kind of intergenerational learning, as well as allow us to bring the latest and best techniques to the teaching of our kids, who really are our future. We also want to create new administrative spaces that make it easier for congregants to access the services that they can access here at Temple Emanu-El. We're a place where we want people to give of themselves as well as to benefit from being here. But part of that benefit from being here is, again, not getting stuck in a maze, not having to feel like you're walking in a labyrinth, but instead to walk into a building that welcomes you, to enter a space where there will be other people there who are there to greet you and to spend time with you, and then from that space to gain easy and rational access to the services you want when you come here. And so what we want to do is create points of entry where people will feel connected to what this place is about and where people will feel connected to each other. Any of us who have been involved in campaigns for other organizations or other buildings know that there's a common mistake. And that common mistake is to sink everything into what you build and then have nothing left to maintain it, which in effect means you haven't built much. We are ethically committed and financially committed to making sure there is an endowment for maintenance to preserve what we create for exactly the future for which it's designed. So now imagine Temple Emanu-El 5 years from now. 10, 20, 30. Now imagine Temple Emanu-El of the future. Imagine coming into a prayer space that looks out through clear glass onto the beauty of the trees of the Klein Garden, to remind every worshiper that they communicate to God, with God, through the beauty of nature and through the beauty of the community that surrounds them. Imagine yourself walking into a building, and within those first 12 feet, instead of a wall, you encounter a circle of friends. Imagine entering to learn, and the learning is now not just the book in front of you and not just the people who surround you, but the technology that makes thousands of years of Jewish wisdom accessible to us today. Imagine this place as what it has always been, a home to you, to your family, to this community for the Jewish future.